took his own life. But I think Backard's going to be committing to a lot of fights because he's got the confidence of being able to slip away from those engagements like a slippery little eel.
But, hey, Son isn't... Well, I guess... I don't want to pick on Son too much. I mean, maybe it does... on this map, it comes down to that little extra damage, which he did beat Backard in the last map. And sometimes that... Maybe it doesn't matter, but it's the little victories.
Yeah, both teams do have 6 players on, so we will be going live fairly soon. If you have just joined us, we have been covering now for a few hours and will continue to cover for a load of hours more the Beta TF2 LAN 2014, powered by Zowie Gear and in partnership with GG Well Played as well. And it is a phenomenal Lithuanian LAN, a fairly small one really as far as numbers go, but it has a great atmosphere. The whole LAN itself is just a brilliant place where a lot of the Lithuanian teams have made the effort to come down to Kaunas to play, and a lot of European players have also come. We don't see very many in this particular engagement because it's 2 Lithuanian teams playing against each other, but previously we have seen them, and we will go on to see multiple more names that I'm sure you will recognise, such as Admirable, Atmo, Max if you've ever attended an iSeries, Fear if you've ever attended an iSeries. We have gone live though, and this is going to be our second map between IsF and KRASAVA. And take us to middle, TurboTabs.
Okay, Fragin's opting to go straight to this balcony for a roll. See if he can get there straight away, put some point presence, put some stickies immediately, but actually Gus gets taken immediately, just running straight into KRASAVA, and KRASAVA take advantage of this. On the back of that, they get another kill, taking out Entire, but now the kills start to equalise for IsF there as they try to regroup and bring back all the heals and ammo and just go straight in. But a very nice play by Goopy there. Kind of like air piping, was it Fragger? Yeah, Fragger. And Fragger even calling out nice shot. Just tremendous respect from both of these teams.
Yeah, definitely. And now Backard has a huge Uber advantage to be able to work with here. They do not have control of the point at the moment, but it won't take them long to regain control, I don't think, as they do have their Uber, and they will be capping that off and then going forwards with it. It looks like Backard desperately wants to go forwards into KRASAVA aggressively here. They're not content just to hold their Uber advantage and let the time tick down. They want to use this. They recognize that Dievas is slightly committed, but they're now on the wrong side of the map. Dievas has managed to wiggle his way around to the cliff side where they'll be contesting from. They still have a 50% disadvantage, but they don't want to give up on it yet.
Yeah, very good play coming out from IsF there, realising that when they've got the Uber, they've got the stranglehold onto KRASAVA. KRASAVA realising, oh, this is the really hard part of the map, let's just switch around, let's go to that really weak part where the flank is, and they actually got a pick onto Nuast, but they haven't really got much done on the back of that right now. They haven't really decided to dedicate, they're just building up that Uber, but during all that time they're wasting, and now they finally sent Flash in. But it's all very nice defending air shot coming out from Entire there. But credit to the scouts as well, kiting him in that position to make a very easy air shot for Entire. Now the Uber comes out for KRASAVA. They go in, but the counter Uber comes out for Backard here. They just both back out. They're slowly pushing in with this Uber IsF here. And maybe Dodo can get a nice little pick onto Fragger. But is that a crossbow in mid-air coming out from Backard? Ooh!
Big plays.
Yeah. And now it's getting a bit scrappy. Then the scouts love scrappy. They're just going to eat up all these scouts for dinner. But now all the buffed health is really showing for IsF as they do clean them up eventually.
The scouts for KRASAVA are trying to go huge, but they're just being weighed down a little bit by the rest of their team. They're not able to fully shine because there hasn't been very much damage done at the initial part of the fight, which is partly due to bad positioning from the KRASAVA team. But it looks like one of the scouts has gone in there. Yeah, that was Slitter. He was desperate to try and make a play onto the medic. He recognises that they do have a disadvantage, but they don't quite have the Uber yet. In my opinion, KRASAVA should be using the spawns to their advantage and just be throwing bodies onto the point in an attempt to non-Uber push right now, because the spawn advantage is perpetually in their favour when they do not have the point. The time is ticking down as well. They only have a minute to work with here, and now the Uber has come up from Backard, so now would be a bad time to make their move. They've got to wait for their Uber now and have an Uber exchange.
It feels like both teams just have just these little players that just go about a bit aggressive, but the whole team doesn't want to really commit on the back of that as well. And now again we have another Uber exchange. KRASAVA Ubers first, but again Backard responds, and now their medic might even go down. He gets taken now. That's guaranteed Uber advantage for Backard. and now he just needs to survive all the onslaught from the KRASAVA team here, as it starts to get even more scrappier here. Now they're still relatively healthy, and they are doing a good job of focusing down these players. They take out Frag of the Demo Man. Now it's just Entire, the only combat class up for Entire. Although Gus does join the fight eventually, and they do cap out that point, but it's not really worth it with just 2 seconds, and they're just going to claim that back immediately now. But again, we see KRASAVA just joining the fight, but on the back of when they took that mid, all the respawns came back up for ISF really quickly, so they actually hurt themselves more than they did with that little cap, even if it was like a few seconds.
Shot themselves in the foot there a little bit, and they are going to pick up the first round, ISF. That is 1-0 on the board already. Even though they didn't win the mid fight, they came back strong and absolutely smashed it on this first one. Slitter is going to be running Sniper to mid. So here comes the strat from them. He's going to be moving up to this cliffside. We'll see what he can do. The rest of his team playing a little more passive. The aggression coming out now from Nuas. Straight onto the medic. He juggles him nicely and absolutely destroys him. Headshot coming out there onto Sneaks, and he gets destroyed. It's a 3v3, but they have a sniper on the field. Depending on whether or not he can hit his shots, depends on whether that's an advantage or a disadvantage.
Flash is going in, but he isn't committing to another jump. He can't really get a good position onto this medic. You can just see the inexperience of the Roma class showing on Flash right there.
Yeah, Flash chose a good time to actually engage because the Pocket had jumped away to deal with Slitter on Sniper, but he just didn't get enough ground covered with his rocket jumps, and there's no point engaging from a distance against Fragger and Bakar because Fragger's got all the heals.
Yeah, a general tip for Romans, you can jump again if you make these little ambitious bombs.
Yeah, no, actually, it sounds like a stupid tip, but a lot of people don't don't do it. They just feel like you jump once and you...
I failed my jump, now I need to salvage it with my rocket security sniping it.
But you can always jump out or... Oh, Bakar not playing so well now, just trying to milk it for a little too long, perhaps a little overconfident in his dodging ability.
Everything back. Did you see that? Wow.
I did. That was really nice play actually. He absolutely dropped the bomb there. Flash came streaming out of the sky after we were just telling him how to play Roma.
XD's coming out in chat, and this has just motivated the blue team of KRASAVA. Dodo hitting these really nice crisp air shots as well, and this has just stunted ISF. They can't believe what just happened.
Yeah, that's a complete shift in momentum, and now the control of the point is in KRASAVA's hands. They have a heavy trying to attack the point here in the form of Sneaks, and he's going to be moving up to the point, slowly moving forwards. He's got a lot of health, but he doesn't have much movement speed, and they're going to be facing an Uber soon.
He's just showing that it's just a walking base on leg, just making it so all of his teams around him is just surviving all these fights, and even kiting KRASAVA with the heavy. He can't possibly just jump into the team while he's there. He's like an anti-air gun.
He dropped the Uber. DFS had the Uber and he was so ready to use it, and he walked in from this left hand side, dropped 2 players, then dropped another player. There was only him and his Pocket left alive, and then he dropped. Rest in peace, DFS. So unfortunately doing the same as back out and dropping an Uber.
Are we going to see any suicides though? We've watched a couple of Viaduct games now, and we haven't seen any suicide comes out. It's just
we haven't actually.
Teams are just opting to kind of just pressure each other out and kind of force each other as a team and then trying to back out. But it's very risky, as a good team can take advantage of this and just launch straight into your medic and pick them out and bring that evenness back to their side.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they're missing a trick here by not doing suicides. It's they're wasting a lot of time here, just kind of just exchanging spam, and that doesn't favour anybody.
Well, they forced the Uber, and now they've got their own counter, but this is unusual for KRASAVA. We'll see what they can do with this for the first time. They pick off the heavy, which is a very big pick in its own right. We've got Slitter coming in from behind and picking off these little weak scouts. Helter Skelter. Okay, Skelter. So we've even got a soldier during the midst of that, way into the enemy base in that no man's region that no Roma dares to enter, except maybe what's his name, Dodo.
Guz is in onto the medic at the moment. He has taken a saw, but does manage to pick up the Evas. That's going to give them a big advantage pushing in here. ISF, they have the spawn advantage, and they're just building at the moment, slowly ticking up that Uber charge. They're not making full use of the spawns here. They could have definitely gone there with their heal advantage and their spawn advantage, but they choose not to. They've allowed enough time for Flash to respawn on Sniper and get in position, so Backyard's going to have to watch out here.
I don't know how Flash is on Sniper, but he's in a prime position to take out the medic who's pushing in from that right hand side. Actually, he does a very good decision of dropping down, avoiding that Sniper altogether. And now they go straight onto the point. They try to show some aggression, not giving this point away for free, but they choose the wrong class. They choose the Sniper to take the front line. And now when the Heavy tries to back him up, the entire team of ISF is already there. He isn't really backed up by his team, that Heavy, so he gets picked off easily. And now all these little picks are coming off in the flank. Skilter's kind of caught behind as well, but he's fighting a couple of scouts now. He'll probably go down to that, and the combo is just cutting off all the entrances.
And they've got a huge Uber advantage as well. This is the situation in which they need to be sending out those suicide waves. No, they don't. I'm talking absolute rubbish. They've only got 10 seconds left on the clock. They need to be getting that cap time. They need to force out the Uber very quickly and have a load of cap time at the same time.
I don't think they can force it out. They have to drop it.
There's no way this is going to happen.
He's Uber on point, and this is literally impossible at this point, because that Uber's just going to block it. They can't get any cap time, and they get a guaranteed win.
Yeah, great play there from ISF to bring this at 2-0, but certainly fair to say that KRASAVA are more in it in Viaduct than they were in Gully Wash. They've definitely got a chance here. They're having some favourable exchanges. Just at the end of the day, ISF managing to pull it out a little stronger.
Tremendous pressure onto Goopy there, as he has to take all the front of the heals.
Huge air shots! Entire just got an air shot on both of the soldiers at once because they just launched through the air at the same, within the same tiny point of space.
I guess you can call that a double air shot.
Yeah, like a double air shot onto two people.
So yeah, off the back of, I guess, an air shot, they win that, but it was probably more down to the fact that they pressured the Demoran very early, and all the heals had to go on that Demoran just to keep him alive, and the entire team suffered because of that. Maybe if there was a bit more heals onto the soldier, they could actually survive that double, air quotes, air shot.
This is the situation in which they want to be forcing. I'm correct in calling that now. But they're splitting their team up and they're not going in properly. Dodoka is actually going to get onto him, and Baka goes down to 6. Yeah, he goes down to such weak health there.
At what cost though? I mean, if you take down the entire team with the Uber, is it really a bad Uber?
No, and this is the situation in which Dievas should not be committing. They should be running suicides in which they get buffs and go out from the spawn or even out from cliff. But as soon as they go forwards, Dievas should be going backwards with one person to build. And he just didn't. He stayed committed and was giving his team heals. And that just allowed Baka and the rest of his team to come forward, swarm onto KRASAVA and destroy them. And now they're holding forward in an attempt to buy themselves even more time, and the time really is ticking down.
Yeah, you can see just the frustration both showing in the chat for KRASAVA and the play of KRASAVA right now. They're just trying to force these fights that just seem really, really impossible, even for some of the best teams on the planet to make. And obviously during all this, they get taken out, even if they do get that shy little pick out here and there, a bit unexpected coming by ISF.
Flashy's going to be bombing out now. He's got Baka down to 4 health. 4, and he drops! He dropped to Dodoka. Yeah, wow, big individual plays coming out there. He went down to 4 health, managed to stumble over the health kit, and just couldn't ride the last rocket or pop off his Uber in time. So Baka does drop there. We were singing his praises on Gully Wash. He's actually doing a fair job milking and not popping in bad situations. But I
think he's taking this manly award just too seriously.
Definitely, yeah. He's of the admirable school of medicing where only good medics drop Ubers. Flash has got in all the way behind here and will be getting onto Baka again. Oh, does manage to get him with the last rocket! A splash rocket onto the top fence made of metal there, the corrugated iron fence. Absolutely foiling Baka as he managed to surf all the way up there and then gets destroyed by a wall shot. Wow, big plays from Flash as he got launched all the way behind. He was on 8 HP in the air, lands on a health kit to survive, and then takes down the medic.
I don't know what Skilter is doing up in this corner by himself there. He just easily gets picked out by one player. It wasn't even like the whole team just outnumbered him. He just got killed by one player. It just goes to show how badly out of position you are. But they, on the back of that, they just try to push him right now. Even though they have the Uber advantage, maybe they can just force him out. And then, oh, a nice little pick and they tried to get back up there, but they actually dropped the demo man during all that. The Uber does come out, and maybe they can pick off some players here. Decided to focus down Fragger real this Uber, take him out. Neoas is pretty low, maybe they can chase him and finish him off. Yep, he goes down, but they buy a lot of time just for the medic to back out of Backart, and he has the Uber advantage right now.
He does have a large Uber advantage. It's going to be 50%, and they've got half cap time on this point. As soon as they get this Uber, and that's going to be within the next 5 seconds, they're going to be able to swarm forwards here, and they are going to be focusing down Dievas and the rest of his team. They're coming in from that cliffside. Backart, Fragger and Entire, but there's a sticky trap ready and waiting for Entire. Is he going to spot it? It's delaying them for so long. Backart is going to drop. Oh, he went down to 8 health. There was just a roller as it trickled over that cliff, and I thought he was going to drop again, but no. He did see it, actually. That's really good awareness. I would not have spotted that if I was playing medic.
Entire just like, everybody just launches forward, just trying to salvage something from that very poor Uber. And it even cost a couple of their players. They just went straight into a 5-man lineup. And now they just pop their Uber. They get straight for this point presence. They just, doesn't matter too much, I suppose, right now. They just need time more than they need the stability of the Uber. So, but they're not backing out immediately, ISF. They're holding the ground roughly up here, keeping a good spamming point. But this corner, I don't know why medics love this corner so much. It just seems like such a death trap. You literally get cornered, and then you get those sort of forces happening, which is the worst sort of place to get forced, because you're just so out of the fight as well. You can't really even come in to heal your team. It's happened to Ace, and it's also happened to Backart.
Yeah, Backart does have a slight Uber advantage just because he popped earlier last time when they had that Uber exchange. They're not going to be able to really use it forward as Dievas does have his Uber up already, but they are going to use that Uber advantage just to take the point. And they have got a frag out of it as well, and they've got a better Uber as the Uber comes out of KRASAVA quite significantly before they had to pop theirs. So 4v4, they've lost their scouts though, which might damage them in this after Uber fight. Oh, Drunk! Gets absolutely destroyed by Fragger, gets juggled up with one pipe and air piped with the next. Destruction here, and they're just setting up to defend as the timer goes down. Dodo Cat's going to get double air shot by Entire to deny them, and I think that really, that double air shot is a metaphor for KRASAVA getting absolutely denied here. They put up a good fight, but in the end, the top seeds, in this match anyway, managed to take it.
So it's over, is it? We're just going straight to logs now, because I actually, unfortunately, crashed during that last fight, so I got to miss all these lovely air shots and little picks coming out.
You missed 2 air shots. You missed 3 air shots, actually.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you missed all of them.
Is it over now, though? Or are we still raging on?
No. It is over now, but I just went silent there for a moment because I was talking to the players from Fat Kid Super Team, and they are ready to launch into their game against 403. So we will go to a tiny little break as we set that up, but we will be back in merely moments as I believe they're just about to go live. Suyooo, could you take us to a little break, please?